And a track record 13 cautions here in Las Vegas. A quick recap of how things started. Jimmy Johnson dominated most of the race early. Of course, Kyle Busch on the pole starting back of the pack. But here, Jeff Gordon passes Johnson for the lead on lap 149. Jeff Burton leading on lap 167 coming off pit road. Here with 63 laps to go, there were a lot of changes because of pit problems or getting to the pits. Jeff Gordon with a tire issue costing him, and also going past the pit box, Jimmy Johnson, who's won 3 of the last 4 Las Vegas races, but they're both now within the top 10. And then Kyle Busch, moments ago, battling past Clint Bowyer, taking the lead for the 3rd time as Steve Addington and crew cheering him on. Johnson's led the most laps, but Kyle with 36 laps and counting, getting ready for the dramatic finish and the single file restart.
Yeah, restart's going to be so critical. You said passing him, I saw him muscling out of the way.
And he said his line of, what was it, good night, Larry, see you later, whatever it was. It was typical Kyle.
Typical Kyle, to rub your nose in it just a little bit. But I think the key to this whole thing is going to be for him making a clean restart, because if he doesn't get away and he gets in a battle with Jeff Burton, some guys back like David Ruderman and Jimmy Johnson finally is cleared, got 4 brand new tires in the top 10, and he doesn't have to contend with lap down cars this time on this restart. So he may still be a factor if these 2 guys start beating each other up. So Kyle Busch, he'll definitely be making sure he gets a clean start and get away from everybody.
Jeff Gordon 5th, Carl Edwards currently 6th, and as we watch Jimmy Johnson right at the 10 spot.
Yeah, again,
not a lot of time.
Not a lot of time to get it done. He's going to need some help, and that's why I'm telling you right now, Jeff Burton is the key to making this race really interesting. If he can get after him.
So is Kyle Busch, as confident as he sounds, able to hang on here, guys? What do you think?
Well, Kyle Busch made his first Cup start here 5 years ago, crashed out of the race after 11 laps, and like the Charlie Sheen character in Major League, he had a lot of talent but no control. So we started calling him Wild Thing, and boy, as he come on, and if he can get to the front, like Jeff Gordon said, he can just drive away and leave them.
Well, control and composure, that's something I really see that he's got this year that maybe he hadn't had in the past. The thing he's got to watch, though, on these old tires riding around here, you get a lot of rubber buildup, a lot of dirt. You don't want to spin the tires when you come down to take the green for this restart.
And, when you look at that 18 team, they obviously set the bar and set the bar high last year. They won 8 races before we even got to the chase. The last time they visited Victory Lane was at Watkins Glen in August. When they got to the chase, they fell on their face. They came to Daytona. There was no way they were going to lose the Daytona 500, with the exception of the big crash on the back straightaway. I think there's a lot of redemption going on out there right now.
And it's his home racetrack. Nowhere Kyle Busch wants to win more except the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600, and then here.
Anywhere and everywhere.
And look at this front stretch grandstand. They're going to see their hometown favorite try to bring it to the checkered flag.
They're on their feet.
Nobody's left.
They're on their feet right now. They're anticipating some excitement.
It'll be 10 laps to go when they come back. At least one more lap of caution. And then Jeff Burton or Clint Bowyer, David Ruderman or Jeff Gordon has anything for Kyle Busch.
Just look, when you look in the record book, let's just say that Kyle wins the race. When you look in the record book, you'll say, okay, he started on the pole. Then you'll say, oh, no, he didn't. He started dead last, and he came from the furthest in the field to win a race here. So he's going to set a record either way.
That's right, and the record will officially show that he started from the pole. So he'll be the first pole winner to win at Las Vegas.
And come from the furthest in the field to do it.
If he wins.
If he wins.
You talked about this being his home track, Mike. There's a little old quarter-mile racetrack right outside turn 1 and 2. It's called the Bull Ring. In a Legends car, Kyle won 2 championships at that Bull Ring. Well before the age of 16, 65 wins. He moved to late models. Won over 10 or 12 races at that little quarter mile. So not only is this his hometown, that's his home track right there, the Bull Ring.
Next week, Atlanta, one of NASCAR's very fastest tracks. Then we'll take a week off because we're going to need to rest up for Thunder Valley. Bristol, Tennessee, Sunday, March 22nd, and then back on the short track at the Paperclip shaped Martinsville, Virginia Speedway, Sunday, March 29th. All those events coming up at NASCAR on Fox, and tickets available. So the best way to see this show is to see it in person.
Yeah, and look just like today, last week in Fontana, there's no experience like a racetrack experience. you can watch it on TV, and we love all you people that are sitting there watching this show. But till you come to the track and hear these cars, see these cars, and feel these cars, you don't know what you're missing.
Now, we know that Clint Boyer has been out there for a while, since 222. So his tires are not nearly as fresh as those of Jeff Burton, David Rudiman, and Jeff Gordon with body damage. Who is there to come up and challenge Kyle Busch?
Well, I think maybe Burton, and I just don't see that happening. I think that Kyle's car is just that good. I don't know. Burton might have a shot at him if he can do something with him on this restart.
Maybe Carl Edwards, last year's winner, or how about the Cinderella man, David Rudiman? What a drive for the 00. He's never finished a Cup race higher than 9th, but he's been a factor in this event all day.
And David has been a factor in a lot of races. At the end of last year and starting of this year, that's another one of Michael Waltrip's cars that is performing this year like not like never before.
Got a new crew chief over there, Rodney Childers. Seems like things are going good for that group. But I look at that DuPont car there, that 24 car. We're riding here with Carl Edwards, but when you look at how much damage is on that left front fender, to know he's sitting there in the top 5, that's a great job by Steve Letarte and that crew.
Heck, it might be helping him, Larry. Maybe it's letting the air out from under the car and cooling off that left front tire and giving him some extra grip.
Doesn't look like it hurt him after they got back out there.
You know when it'll hurt him? If he happened to pull out behind somebody. As long as he's behind somebody, he'd be okay.
Now, they had to put down quite a bit of speedy dry up against the front stretch wall where Paul Menard's car came to rest, and now NASCAR's had another look at it. They're going to bring that sweeper truck back out for one more pass.
Yeah, there's a lot of stay dry still right here in the out next to the wall, just past start finish line.
They're going to restart single file, but by the time they get to that stay dry, they're going to be 3 or 4 wide, and we need a little more cleanup there. You'll see all that stay dry coming into view shortly.
Yeah,
Daryl, flames.
Ooh. On a sweeper truck.
Why not? Hey, they put chrome wheels on garbage trucks out here. We've seen that.
I tell you.
Why not? But yeah, that's a little much to leave there. So safety first. We're going to take another lap and clean it up. And now they're going to give them 1 to go again.
Yeah, I think by the time they get back here, this sweeper truck should have that stuff pretty well vacuumed up.
You see the 33 car, Clint Boyer, remember, he has not been to pit road in a long time. In fact, the last time he was on pit road was somewhere around lap 171 in the area, and he's staying down on the flat because when you're up on the banking like that, the fuel is running away from the pickup. So they've got to be careful here.
And Larry, when he tries to accelerate, he better hope he's got enough gas that when he accelerates, it'll pick it up so he can get going.
Actually, he was on pit road at lap 222. Yeah, he would be fine if we were under green because the G-forces throw the fuel over to that right rear corner. Running slow, it does not.
But the good thing for Boyer and Scott Speed is running under caution. You're burning what, half as much fuel as when you're running under green?
It's about a 2-to-1 ratio, yeah.
So you're going to save a little gas. Whether it gets to the pickup or not is another story.
Yeah, now it's not. I don't think it's a matter of them having enough. It's having a matter of it being in the right location in the fuel cell.
Fox 3D takes you through the field. Kyle Busch, your leader. We're going to restart with 7 laps to go. Jeff Burton in 2nd, Clint Boyer in 3rd, David Rudiman 4th, Jeff Gordon in 5th, Carl Edwards, last year's winner, 6th, Bobby Labonte 7th, Brian Vickers, Jamie McMurray, and Jimmy Johnson has fought his way back into the top 10.
I still don't like this cleanup down here. There's still a lot of stay dry just past the start finish line here. You're going to see a lot of dust. That alone is going to be a big distraction.
And that's where they try to get a jump to the high side.
7 laps to go, green flag.
Boy, that 18 took off, and you see everybody kind of avoiding that stay dry.
The 26 car, Jamie McMurray, he took advantage. He jumped to the high side. He's going to get a couple of positions.
Boy, look at that 18 car takeoff, Larry. He is gone.
He is giving the field the bye look.
Everybody else has got good years. He's got good buys.
Six to go.
He is shot out of a cannon.
Yep. He was sitting on ready.
Kyle Busch with a half-second lead in 1 lap. Boyer going after his teammate Burton for 2nd.
Yeah, and that's just
we got a car in trouble.
Whoa,
Jimmy Johnson,
the 48 car. The caution will wave again.
Big Wreck, we got another car spinning back here too. I think it's a Hornish again.
It is. Oh, boy.
Well, Jimmy Johnson doesn't have much luck in Las Vegas. Well, he has had good luck here, but just not the last couple of times.
And Kyle Busch has got to wonder, will this ever end?
I think based on that restart, I don't think he really cares.
No.
See what happens to Jimmy. I think he just gets up a little too high here. His car wiggles a little bit, steps out.
Well, we've seen that a lot today in turn 2.
But isn't it amazing how hard these cars can hit the wall and that wing stays right in track, intact on
Maybe he's mounted. I think he may have hit that streak of stay dry and got his car a little bit loose, and then she turned around on him.
Yeah, a lot of that is there from yesterday's Nationwide race, Darrell, and they had several wrecks down at that end of the speedway. So the asphalt stained from all of it. Stay dry. There's a bit of it there
right
and
there.
Here.
Yeah.
But he already had quite a bit of yaw in it by the time he got there.
Boy, Brian Vickers, the 83, just gets by.
There are 5 laps to go. So they'll come to the line with 4 to go on a quickie yellow, which means everybody can pit on the first lap that the pit is open, and then we'll get a restart with 3 laps to go. Can Jeff Burton wrest the lead from Kyle Busch, or will he be more concerned about his Childress teammate Clint Boyer right behind?
You mentioned that Kyle Busch think, is this race ever going to get over? I got to believe Clint Boyer and Shane Wilson thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too, Larry. How much further we got to go here, boys? They are sweating this thing out now.
48 crew trying to get the 48 car back out there.
You know, his trouble all started in the pits. When he slid to his pit box, it seemed like it all went bad from there.
Put him back in the field.
Back in the field, and he hadn't recovered. Got the lap back, but still hadn't been able to recover from that.
Jimmy came in here 19th in the Sprint Cup standings. Where he was running at the time of the spin would have moved him up to 9th.
Bumper's going to drag a little bit. You'll probably feel that.
And now he'll fall back several positions.
I'd be a little concerned about that dragging and falling off, actually.
It's about dragging, not being at
not
speed.
Going very fast.
Well, he is 1 lap down. If he parks the car now, he'd lose about 10 positions, and that's about 30 points. So he is just going to try to ride this one out.
All right, my boy. We got to get those tires cleaned up one more time.
Kyle Busch won 21 NASCAR races in the top 3 series in 2008. He's going for his 3rd such victory in 2009.
Well, there'll be 3 laps to go. We get this green flag.
Let's see if he can time it right again, and I think he has. He's getting just eases right on the way from the 31, gets him 3 or 4 car lengths. Jeff Burton's going to try to fight back, but so is Boyer going to try to get under Burton, and that's playing right into the hands of Kyle Busch.
Carl Edwards in the 99 makes a run to the high side of David Rudeman. That's a battle for 5th coming down the back straightaway.
Yeah, not a lot of fight there. David almost pulled over and let him go. I know he didn't, but he certainly didn't hold him up any.
And Greg Biffle moved past Vickers. Here comes Kyle.
2 right here.
2 laps to go.
2 laps to go, and he's inching away. Boy, Boyer got to be careful getting up on the back end of his teammate like that. I know he wants to get around him, and I think he may make that pass, Larry, down the back.
We'll see what happens when Burton drives it into the high side of 3 and 4. I believe you're right.
Still there.
We'll be coming to the white flag this time.
Carl is smoking. Carl is smoking. Carl
another Roush Fenway car.
Blowing up.
With 1 to go, Carl Edwards loses the engine, and the battle is for 2nd in turn 1.
And they are side by side. Boyer to the bottom. The fight's for 2nd.
I believe Boyer's got him this time. Clear him up. Clear him up.
Get up there.
Get up there. Attaboy.
Edwards to the apron and out of it. Here comes Kyle Busch and the M&M's Toyota. He qualified on the pole. He had to start the race in the back. And Wild Thing is going to win again.
Yeah, baby.
Hometown.
Welcome to Victory
Las
Lane.
Vegas.
One more time.
Boyer will finish 2nd, Burton 3rd.
You got to just stretch it slow for it. You know what I mean? Didn't have the best car, dude, but that's what it takes.
That's right.
That was Steve Addington, crew chief.
Had the best car when it counted.
And remember what a salesman he had to be early in the race, Addington.
Yeah, I'm not as fast as those other guys.
It is the first win for Joe Gibbs at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jack Roush 6 wins, Rick Hendrick 4, and Chip Ganassi 1.
Good job, buddy. Hometown win.
Ruderman hung on for 4th. Good run for him. Bobby Labonte 5th.
Oh, and what a great battle for 8th place, right to the flag, between the 83 of Brian Vickers and the 26 of McMurray. Watch this.
Vickers got the run on the bottom. I believe McMurray he just couldn't keep the momentum. Looked like he just couldn't get back to the throttle in the 26.
Vickers likes that apron right now.
I'd say this will be quite a celebration in Sin City tonight.
Hometown track, pulled it off.
Kyle Busch's 6th start at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and he drives his first victory.
Wonder if he'll go over to that high school where he went to where he went to school and say hi to everybody tomorrow.
NASCAR. There's no place like home.
Thank you, guys. I don't believe it. This is awesome. Yes.
A big celebration. He went to get the checkered flag, bent over and kissed the start-finish line, and now he's on the way to victory lane after arguably the biggest win of his career. Steve Burns.
And Kyle Busch climbing out in front of the hometown fans in this victory lane, a track that he watched being built as a young child. Well, Kyle Busch holds up the belt. You'll get the trophy. What does it mean to win in Las Vegas, Nevada?
I tell you what, this is pretty cool. I didn't know exactly what it would mean if I come into the checker flag. I mean, there was knots in my stomach. You know, this is probably as big as the Daytona 500. I said it wasn't going to be, but it is. You know, I want to thank M&M's, Interstate Batteries, the fans, Marquee Jets, Toyota, TRD, all the guys there, NOS Energy Drink, Pedigree, Combos, all the guys, Snickers, everybody on this whole team. I mean, they're phenomenal. What can I tell you? This should have got one yesterday, missed out on it. Apologize to the Nationwide guys, but this is sort of a little bit of redemption here today.
Kyle, you guys had to go to the back and fight your way forward. Talk about that struggle.
It was a little bit. You know, we just had to battle back, and we didn't have the best car out there today, but we had a car that we kept working on, just kept making better. So I don't know where I get credited for winning this thing from, whether it's from the back or from the pole, but either way, we conquered both of them, that's for sure.
Thank you,
Steve Addington, thank that guy. I mean, he's just he's a leader in this team. Everybody believes in him. I believe in him, and as long as you have that, everything seems to run smooth.
All right, buddy, paint the town red. Let's go to Dick Bergeron.
Well, Clint Boyer has finished second with a car that was anything but fast off the trailer, but they worked on it. You started in the back. No question, your team wanted to win, but is second okay given what you have been through?
Oh, absolutely. You know, give credit where credit's due. Shane Wilson, that's where he shines. He studies this, pit strategy and things of these races really hard, and it paid off for us. But the Cheerios, Hamburger Helper Chevrolet, that's what you got to do. You got to keep digging. We went a lap down. We got that back. We got run into on a restart, got that repaired, and got back up there. Shane got us a good call and a good finish.
Nice job. Matt?
Dick, finishing in his mirror was his teammate Jeff Burton. Describe not only your battle with Clint Boyer, but also the final run to the finish.
I don't know why, but we're really strong on old tires. We can't seem to go on new tires very well, and stayed out that one time and led the race for a long time. And 48 came, but then we drove back away from him and came in, put on 4 tires, and went running to the back. I mean, I don't know. That's been our struggle, but real proud of all the guys. The way we ran last week to come back this week and perform like that, real proud of everybody. It's real easy to get down when things aren't going well, and my guys just never do that. They never give up on me, and I'm real proud of them.
RCR cars second and third. Krista?
The 00 pays big on the roulette wheel, and it pays big today. Now, David Rudiman, I got to know, though, if that caution hadn't come out with 25 to go, you guys were playing the fuel mileage game, would you have been the winner in this thing?
I don't know. We had a great Airstream machine all day, ever since the time we unloaded it. And even though we had to, had to go back, and on top of all that, we had an old leak at the earlier part of the race, and, ended up getting that fixed. And, it could have happened. We could have run out. Rodney Childers said, we're close. I'm like, well, how close? He said, we're really close. So, I tell you, thank the Lord, it was a blessing today to be able to drive that car. It drove great all day. Rodney made a great call there at the end to take 2 tires and fuel, and we just kind of hung in there. We needed longer runs to get the Airstream machine up front, and we didn't quite have that at the end, but I'm awful happy with our finish.
Absolutely. First career Cup Series top 5. Dick?
Well, Bobby Labonte spent the winter looking for a ride, and here you are finishing 5th today. How big is this for you?
Oh, it's really huge, and can't say enough for this Ask.com Ford Fusion. We just had a great race car all day, all weekend for that matter, and we were in really good shape there before that one caution came out. I thought we could make it all the way, but we were following Kyle there, and the car was handling great, and just hopefully just taking care of the tires. We got caught up a little bit there on the pit stop. Jimmy came in a little bit late, and I probably lost a couple spots there leaving, but that's just the way it is. And anyway, we rebounded to 5th there, and I lost a few on the one restart. I thought I had a tire go down, just went straight to the wall, and I might just bump the splitter a little bit. But all in all, I can't thank Todd Parrott and all the folks at Hall of Fame Racing enough for giving me this opportunity, and a good top 5, good race car, solid day.
A day of many surprises, Mike. A lot of them very happy surprises. This was one of them.
Yes, it was. Here's another. Kurt Busch coming in to congratulate his little brother. And there's Kyle's mom, Gay, in tears there in Victory Lane in the background. There she is. Wow, what a day. Darrell, at the top of the day, you said Kyle Busch would have to be patient to get to the front and win this race. He was.
He really was. He did a great job. But you know what I love about Las Vegas? It's fun. Coming here is fun. The atmosphere around this race and this event is like no other that we go to. A lot of fun, entertaining, and a great race.
And I want to agree with Dick Bergman. A day of happy surprises when you look at David Rubin and Bobby Labonte. But how about Joey Logano, the rookie that has had a tough start to this season? He comes home with a top 15. David Gilliland as well in that 71 car.
Good run for him. And Clint Boyer now up to 2nd in the point standings as we head for Atlanta. Lots more coming up after the break. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
Back live in Las Vegas, Kyle Busch, the hometown winner. It was 2002 when he graduated a year early from Durango High School with honors to start a NASCAR career. But, Jeff, you had to wait because NASCAR ruled that you had to be 18 or older before you could race. And at 23, he's now won 9 of the last 36 races he's been in as we check out the finishing order.
Pretty phenomenal right there as we take a look again at the finishing order of the day's race. But the key thing for him, he's just getting started. I mean, they may have made him wait, but he's making them pay for it.
And Steve Addington, his crew chief, who said yesterday, with Drew Blickenster for the crew chief format, Kenseth, hey, congrats, we're happy for you. Give somebody else a chance. It's our turn. And certainly the win for Kyle Busch. A shakeup in points as Jeff Gordon is now your leader because Matt Kenseth, going for history, was finished 7 laps into the race. We saw in the end Carl Edwards with another engine knocking him 17th in the finishing order, but he stays in the top 10 at 9. So now we go to Atlanta. And a marquee win and he doesn't need his marquee jet, Kyle Busch, because he could just drive home, but he'll need it when he flies to Atlanta, where he won last year, first win for Toyota.
Well, he's a lot like everybody else. They're trying to get these multiple wins if he can. So a better place to go back to for him than Atlanta next week. Again, another fast racetrack, very similar to the same one we got here in Las Vegas, a place he likes. Faster the racetrack, looser the racetrack. This guy here, he can drive any place, and he will definitely be one of the guys he will have to beat next week.
So 3 races in, and Atlanta will be the 4th before we take a little bit of a break here, as we hope you're with us at 1:30 Eastern Time on the pre-race show. It's one of the faster tracks, the Cobalt Tools 500 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And tonight on Fox, stick around, except on the West Coast, The Simpsons, King of the Hill, and American Dad. Speaking of American Dad, our researcher Patrick Perrin, we thank him for helping us. He's kind of the Ned Flanders of our show. And Ben Altop, the maitre d'. Oh, we want to wish Nelson Crozier a happy birthday.
That's right.
Our production crew, Fran Morrison, part of the Fox family, him and his wife Kristen. Dad. Yeah, a new addition to the family. So for Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers, and in the words of Kyle Busch's crew chief, Jeff Dickerson, as Kyle zoomed to the front and hung on to lead. As he took the lead, his spotters said, "Say goodnight, baby."